So this time for the movie selection, I let a friend of mine pick the year and the genre, and she tricked me. So, from 1965, this is That Darn Cat. It has a lot more murder threats than any Disney film I've ever seen. Review after the jump cut. Two thieves rob a bank of what they think is $250,000, but turns out to be $160,000. And they constantly talk about killing this woman. Even the good guys mention how the bad guys are gonna kill her.
Hey, it was $250,000, wasn't it? 200 grand. One lousy 160.
Don't do it, Iggy.
I say we ought to turn her off right now.
Okay. Because I got friends. 10 little lead-nosed friends in here.
Found a place.
Where?
I got a big bin I spotted in an alley 2 blocks away. Back of a store where they dump trash.
Not so good. It's too close. Anyway, I don't like bodies. They always turn up at the wrong times.
You mean we gotta be careful not to generate too much heat? The kidnappers are liable to chicken out, kill Miss Miller, dispose of the remains, and take off.
That's one way to put it, yes.
Yeah, see, even the good guys talk about the bank teller being killed. But that young lady with a voice of gold is Patty, played by Hayley Mills, most famous for The Parent Trap. And she has a cat. Well, there's a cat that stays at her house named DC for Darn Cat. He wanders around town. In one of his wanderings, he ran into the bad guys, and the kidnapped victim was able to place her watch around DC's neck.
DC's wearing a wristwatch.
Well, well. What will that dear, sweet, innocent cat be bringing home next? The Hope Diamond, I imagine.
Someone started to scratch something on the casing. See, H-E, and that looks like part of an L. H-E-L. I'll bet somebody was trying to write help and they were interrupted. Somebody's in trouble.
Somehow she puts together that the watch belongs to the kidnapped bank teller and goes to the FBI because her sister tells her not to go to the cops. And the FBI are different than the police. So, technically, she's listening to her sister. And who's assigned to the case? But a guy who's allergic to cats. More specifically, allergic to saying the word cat, apparently. It's really weird.
Paw prints and plaster impressions and samples of his fur.
Oh, bless you. You're catching a terrible cold. Lucy, pull yourself together. Do you want me to get you something?
Oh, no. I'm fine. It's just a slight allergy that I have around.
A large portion of the remainder of the movie is the FBI trailing this darn cat to the location of the bank robbers. But first he must break the news to his investigator team. And then after he does, they take this very, very seriously, to the point that it's kind of funny how serious they take trailing a cat.
Here's the physical. Name of the informant, D.C. Randall. Nationality Siamese, sex male, eyes blue, weight 17 pounds.
17 pounds.
Exactly. Hair, or in this case fur, black streaked with tan and white.
You did say fur.
Correct.
You want us to follow a cat?
That's the assignment.
How do you follow a cat? They go through fences and culverts. They climb trees and phone poles.
Whither he goest, you will go.
He's moving onto the street.
Kelly, next to last house on Maple. The informant's coming through.
I make him control. He's now on Maple Street bearing toward the business area.
All right, Kelly. Leave the car, follow the informant.
Foreman is moving down the alley leading from State Street to Main.
There he is.
Control, I've got him. Graham, Kelly, stay behind. Cale, Spires, try to circle ahead. We can't afford to lose him again.
There he goes.
What?
Okay, so overall, a lot of the movie is just these idiots chasing the cat around. It kind of gets old, but parts of it are humorous. The side plots are the best part of this. Edwin doing his craziest Edwin. The neighbor who thinks that the young girl's immoral for having all these guys in the house all the time, not knowing that it's the FBI and its investigation and stuff. She's just obsessed. You got the boyfriend named Canoe. Who names their kid Canoe? Just all sorts of craziness going on in this movie. And it's not horrible. The acting is over the top enough that it's entertaining at times.
Wait a minute, don't get excited.
Now, you don't have to do a thing. Just back me up if I get in trouble.
Yeah, but who are you calling?
It's all right, just the FBI.
Oh, the FBI.
Just where are you going?
None of your business.
Not I wouldn't be happy to get you out the house, but what do you think you're doing?
Wilma, there's something fishy going on next door, and I won't close my eyes to it like you do. I won't be an ostrich and bury my head in the sand.
Why don't you try it? It might improve your appearance.
I know my duty.
Get me the police. Police? I want to report a prowler. Yeah, he's dressed like an old woman. Running around looking in windows. No telling what he's up to. Yeah. And tell your men to be careful. He's dangerous.
I don't think I can make it today.
Well, Patty, are you all right? I've never seen you like this before. Can I help?
No, it's all right. I just feel terribly weak.
If you're so weak, how come I can't get through the door?
Please go, Canoe. I can't bear you to see me looking like this.
But the plot is super, super ridiculous, and there's a lot of murder threats for a Disney movie. I know in animated films they threaten to do horrible things to the main character, but when it's real live people doing it, it just seems so out of place for Disney. Thank you for watching, and as always, I shall try to do better next time.
DC, what on earth are you doing there?
Hey, hey, don't do that. You'll disturb it. What do you think he's doing to my customer? Well, I'm sorry. I've got to insist. You're not going to upset that cat. Burton, get that cat down. Burton, you stay right here. Burton, keep your paws off of that cat.